Hello, my name is Jessianna Saville. I'm a renal dietitian at Renew and Kidney Nutrition Institute, and I'm here with Kelly Welsh, who is also a dietitian and our program coordinator for the Renew program. And we're here to just share a few tidbits and thoughts about polycystic kidney disease and what you can do with your nutrition in that case. Kelly, can you just give us real quick background? What is the Renew program? And then we'll dig into today. We're going to be talking about the gut and how it impacts PKD, why this is a component of the Renew program, and a couple little tips on things people can do.
So the Renew program is our plant-focused ketogenic therapy where you work with a dietitian to safely get you into ketosis while making sure that we are keeping your entire body healthy as well.
So far, we've had about 200 people go through, and we have a clinical trial going up in Jutendo, and we're just really excited about being able to explore this avenue of preventative treatment. So I'm going to just give a little bit of background, and I'm going to pitch over to Kelly, who works with so many patients, to tell a little bit about what people are doing to help their gut health. So gut health has been an interest for dietitians at Kidney Nutrition Institute and Renew for a long time for chronic kidney disease. And what's interesting is we started digging into PKD that we saw that there was a lot of links back to PKD specifically with the gut. Now, just to give you a little bit of background on why this is important, is that in the gut, we have bacteria. And that's what helps us metabolize food. It's what helps create nutrients. There's nutrients that bacteria help us create. It's just such a core part of our health that bacteria in our gut talks with our immune system in our body. And that really can make a huge difference in our overall health. So with PKD, there has been a few preliminary studies, not in humans, but just in animals, that seem to show that endotoxin, so this is kind of the toxic byproduct of bacteria breakdown, that seems to impact cyst growth. Now, for us as dietitians, since we don't have a solid human study, we don't have a way to necessarily diagnose a poor gut or an imbalance in microbiome. We, practically speaking, want to focus on things that we see in the literature, things we've seen in the research that actually make a difference for gut health overall. What we a lot of times can see in health is that if you focus on really simple but consistent habits, that's the foundation of health. And that's really where we're going through. We know that the gut impacts PKD. And so broadly speaking, we say, what can we do just in the diet to support gut health?
I think it's important, first of all, for people to realize that gut symptoms are not normal and they don't have to live with them. So things like diarrhea, heartburn, bloating, constipation, all those are really good indicators that there is an imbalance in your gut and something is not working and needs to be worked on. So in the Renew program, when we are looking to improve someone's gut health and, help a root cause that they're having, we have different approaches to gut health. So one of the things we do is prioritize plant proteins, more fiber by including more low-carb vegetables. A variety of fiber is super important, and even prioritizing those healthy fats like nuts, seeds, avocado, olive oil, coconut products, and even some fatty fish. So those are some of the things we work on, but we also work on evaluating the need for probiotics and prebiotics and what are those and where can we get those? So probiotics you can find in a great source in fermented foods. And the great thing about fermented foods is that you don't need a large amount. Just a small amount can go huge distances for you. So some of those fermented foods that people like to include, sauerkraut is a great one. You only need about a tablespoon a day. Put on some salads or your sandwiches. Yes. Kimchi is another one. Kombucha is something that our participants love to include, and there are many low-carb versions these days. Pickles are another one. But now with pickles, you have to make sure that they're actually the fermented version. Yogurt's a great source of probiotics, as well as kefir. So now prebiotic foods, right? The prebiotic is it's a source of prebiotics, basically food for the good bacteria in our gut. Now that's important too. Some real easy sources to include on a regular basis. Chicory root, garlic, using a lot of garlic in your cooking and everyday meal prep, onions, leeks. A lot of participants love flax seeds in their low-carb smoothies or their yogurt parfaits, things like that. Jicama, fabulous. And if you get a really good jicama, nice crunch, excellent addition to salads or even just snacking on. And of course, the ever-famous avocado in our ketogenic diet is actually huge prebiotic source as well. So those are just some ideas, working in a little bit, starting from there. But yeah, we really try to focus on gut health and making sure that a patient's gut is as optimal as it absolutely can be in the Renew program.
With the Renew participants you see, or with keto in general, do you see that there's like fibers, like no problem when you're on keto, you're eating all these like veggies, or fibers something you have to be especially conscientious of? Like, what do you see kind of as a trend there?
I think most importantly, it has to be monitored, because in the beginning, if you're just starting out keto, it's very easy to forget that you need to include those plant sources, right? And a variety of plant sources to get all the different types of fiber. It's easy to just stay focused on the meat and cheese and those, because that'll get you into ketosis and you're reaching those numbers.
Yeah.
But what's important is all of those vitamins and minerals that you're missing in the meantime, including fiber, to help, like you said, promote that healthy gut, stop those symptoms, relieve those symptoms that you just don't have to be living with. You absolutely don't.
I think that being able to include enough fiber is one of the things that ends up creating a lot of sustainability for people, because they feel good. Well, some people actually don't feel good with a lot of fiber because their digestion's not working, but most people feel really, really good with a lot of fiber. So I think that's awesome. Well, good. So do you have any for people that are looking at up-leveling their health for PKD, and maybe they're not going to do keto, or maybe they are going to do keto, but do you have any suggestions as they move to low carb on just getting enough fiber in and being able to really nourish and nurture their gut?
I think it's important as you're moving to low carb, as we talked about, to make sure that you are really, really filling your meals, planning your meals around a lot of veggies, a lot of plant-based foods, working in nuts and seeds, really trying to focus on not just what my carbs are, or am I reaching my fat goals, but am I getting the amount of fiber that I absolutely need? And looking for opportunities in places that you can sneak some more veggies in, making those the primary source of your meals. That's a really good place to start. And then, of course, it's super important, too, to always be aware and kind of monitor, how am I feeling with this? Is this too much? Is this too little? Am I having symptoms? What might I do to improve? So constant monitoring and evaluating what's going on with yourself, that's really, really key to what's working for you and what needs to be modified.
Yeah, I agree. And then I really think that if you're paying attention to your body tells you, right? I'm burping, I have heartburn, I'm gassy, I'm bloated, I have lots of flatulence, like all those things we kind of think, oh, that's just like normal life. But no, like a healthy gut, you don't have burping all the time. That's like an imbalance of stomach acid. You don't have bloating all the time. Those things are actually not that hard to resolve. Working with a professional that kind of assess that can be really, really incredibly helpful. The other thing, though, I think would be great to comment while we're on like gut and prebiotics is the impact of going low carb on the processed treats. Like, what is it that ends up causing people so much digestive discomfort when they go low carb? It's not fiber, like beyond fiber. Sometimes people just had tons of fiber and they don't feel good. But is there anything else that people should be watching out for when they go low carb?
Yeah. So those processed, low carb keto treats, I think they can have their place if you're using them sporadically. But a lot of people complain about GI distress because of the sweetener, the artificial sweetener, the sugar alcohol that they're using in these products. And believe it or not, they may affect everyone a little bit different. I had a participant who went through the Renew program and thought that diarrhea was just part of the process for her. This is just normal. And turns out she had been daily consuming an artificial sweetener that the second she eliminated it, her diarrhea went away.
Wow.
So it's really interesting because, again, this is where that personalization comes in. Everybody's bodies are made up differently. They're going to react differently. So, noticing if I have those gut system, am I using keto chocolate bars every day? Am I using this specific sweetener every day? And then experimenting, taking it out, changing it up a bit. And like I said, really, really examining how things that you eat are affecting and making you feel. That's so important.
Yeah. That was totally a loaded question. I was smiling as I asked it because I know for myself personally, if I do any sugar alcohols, erythritol, maltitol, any of those, I know it. Like, I do not feel great. I get bloated and gassy and everything within a few hours. So that's just, for me, like, I don't like how that feels. I don't feel good. So that's not on my plate.
Right.
Even though I really like the keto sweets, I just can't go there. So I got to work with like stevia or like pure monk fruit, or there's some other kind of interesting carb sweeteners I've seen out recently.
Now with an easy Google search, you can actually find sweet treats. Sure, it takes a little bit more time because you're making them yourself, but making them yourself, you know exactly what's going in there, and can control the amounts and the sweeteners that goes into your preference and how you feel.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for giving kind of this overview on gut. It is something we cover in the Renew program. For those of you who are watching this and wanting to really dig into your health for polycystic kidney disease, we have a couple options at Kidney Nutrition Institute. You can come into the Renew program, which is a 12-week structured program to help you learn how to adapt a ketogenic lifestyle. It's led by incredible dietitians like Kelly, and just a phenomenal experience. If you want to work more one-to-one, or maybe you want to work on your gut health, or maybe you want to just do kind of a low-carb approach, you can work one-to-one with one of our dietitians at Kidney Nutrition Institute. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you later.